best in a time and I ever unrest. The brothers giving a fear, the parents from there. The world for my life without fear.
I live
Master.
Play Paris, so make you I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and outside of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Penku, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backbaloo. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed. What a way to say the pleasant good evening to all of you, our dear travel listeners. What's the time like? 4 minutes past 6. That's the time check. No time to waste. Yeah, we have all of our team members. They are already setting up, and so we got to join then and bring you the Sktv Wednesday, ladies night edition of the Sktv. Today is the 19th. Of February, the second month. I don't know how come, but the month of February is really running with speed. And some of you will say, how come before we go almost 6 months now in the year? Because by the time February end, that means we already moving on with speed. So, folks, what a way to say a pleasant good evening, and please let's share the show. Those of you who just joining us, yes, indeed, let's share the show. Let's share the show. Today is Wednesday. Wednesday, the 19th of February. So many things to talk about, so many things happening. And good evening, folks. Good evening to all of you. Please, let's share the show. Muna is already setting up. Let me see what Muna already getting us. All right, so let me see. Muna, let me say good evening to you. I don't know whether you're getting us. If you're getting us,
good
then
evening. How you doing? You guys are live. You're live. You're live. Are you getting
but
me?
you are looking somewhere else. That's the thing. Always, I don't know. You always said your camera, what is you? But anyway, how's the thing?
I'm good. Everything's okay. Thank God by His grace. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's good. Thank you. Today is Wednesday, Muna, and let's share the show. We're just coming up, so let's encourage our people before we go into our discussion and another thing that we'll be talking about today.
Sure.
Yeah, so let's share the show. Yes, let's share the show. And let's recognize a few of our people. Those of you who are also watching, please like, comment, and share. Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Like, comment, and share. Yeah, Mona, what's up, man? On the social scene, what's up? What's going on? What are some of the social news?
Everything's going cool. And today's ladies' night. Ladies go out chill.
Okay.
Do some refreshment. Yeah.
Anybody
Heritage
planning?
schools.
Anybody planning on taking you out tonight?
No, no, no,
Mm,
no.
really nice. Yeah. Is it?
No.
I thought somebody was taking you out
No,
tonight.
no, no. Right after the show, just go home. Yeah, freshen up.
Okay.
Yeah, have something like dinner, supper, and then go to bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Muna, you are saying something big. Oh. You say you have what?
As
You
after
have
I
your
get
leg.
home, after the show, get home,
Mm.
freshen up. Yeah, have something for dinner, supper. Yeah, then go to bed. Go and
Yeah.
go to bed.
But but more then that mean you I'm not sure say you are definitely maybe quote unquote someone will say you are part of the rescue or in fact you are enjoying because to be honest some of us we don't even know what we even have anything. We just go with sleep, what are the darkness? But anyway, that's good, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
For
Yeah,
people,
we share the
yes,
show.
one
You
of you
guys share
can
the
ask
show.
about people.
Yeah, let me see. We have something that we wear. Yeah. We have Eric Valentine Pine. Welcome. We have is it Veggie? Seaforth. Welcome. And then let's continue, right? Yeah, just joining.
Yeah,
Wow.
so people, you have to share the show. Only one share will
Yeah,
be
so
okay
you have
for
to
us.
share the
One
show,
share,
like, comment as well.
yeah,
Share the show
one share will
this
be okay for
Wednesday.
us. Come on, man.
Yeah. And
Nobody
today
does in the market, right, Muna?
midweek. Yep.
Yeah, Muna, you were talking. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, today is the midweek edition of the SKTV show. Yeah. Let me
Okay.
say hats up
Yeah.
to all
So,
ladies, hats up to all our vigilant ladies, yeah, who are always there for us, following, commenting as
yeah,
well, sharing the show, like at the same time. Kudos to all of you. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
man.
Jeremiah Colette, welcome.
But Muna, you don't want to give us some of the gist, especially when it comes to social, some of the social. So you want to tell me, Muna, true, well, after all of your workings, or maybe doing your time of work, you don't be busy too much until you don't even focus on
No,
some of the social issues.
like sometimes like weekend, right? Like Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, if I don't go to church, finish washing, doing all the house chores and thing. Whole
Yeah.
evening, then I go sit down, I get ready for Tira Rhino, stress free my mind for the Monday. That's what I do on a weekend. Yeah, it's Sunday
Great.
for that
Big
matter.
Jew, never beat you down.
Yeah.
Well, so Eric
Sure.
Bonita point. Yes, indeed, my brother, what's up? Also, some of you who are also part of us on the SK TV show. Some of you, you are also you are a reporter. Also for us, with that, so we, yeah, indeed, we once upon a time also he used to be with us, but one of the active and strong.
Steve, I know Steve
Jeremiah Colette.
he's gonna be on the boy again. One not just smart, I love smart anywhere. Yeah,
Good.
I love smart. You see Steve? He said, "Boy, where I'm not just smiling like that." He
Don't
always
mind
not
Steve Bullet.
yeah.
Don't mind Steve
I
Bullet.
love the
Don't mind
smart,
me.
right? Yeah, you know what you know. I social talk professor.
Well, Mona, thank you. So those of you who just joining us, indeed, what a way to say the pleasant good evening. And Steve Bullet, Mose, my man, I miss you so much, especially in the kind of more trending national issues. But I know Thursday will be Thursday. Steve will be here, and it will be
It will not be easy
Steve,
Thursday. I know I
yeah,
beg you.
yeah.
I beg you. You know, I mean, social talk professor. Yeah.
Seriously. So indeed, Steve Bullet, thank you, my brother. I miss you a lot. Sunday Addison,
Yeah,
also
we
good
miss you so
evening.
much. We miss you so much, Steve.
Jeff
Yeah.
Jefferson, M. Colette. That person, Lola, yeah, I thought that's my Colette family. But anyway, Jefferson Colette, good evening. You say you're watching from Painesville. All right, that's great. Sidin Jebo, my good friend and brother from Florida. Good evening, Monk already here. Some Mona don't have any social issues. Maybe Monk will give us some of the
Yeah.
national and trending social.
Yeah.
Monk,
You know, from the professor, you have the assistant professor, Mom. Yeah.
wonderful.
No, I'm
Monk,
professor on your social issue with Steve. see that a social scientist and a professor here when it comes to anything social and
So are you the,
relationship, he
the
the boss.
you
But
the
I just
assessment?
got warning for Mabon. I'm gonna tell his boss man Seku because the trouble Mabon looking for. I don't know why he asking you if someone taking you out tonight. Mabon,
I'm
you don't
telling
work with the Department of Homeland Security. You're not an immigration officer. Why you asking those technical questions? I wanted you
Because
to do environment because the day they put your directly outside, we ain't got go forming for you because the
look,
trouble you're looking for know how to ask a question. You now a single bed, you a
you.
married man.
Okay,
Why
yeah.
you
I
asking me
got good
now? Who
family
taking her
though.
out tonight?
Mom, I got good family, and one of the best family that in fact I always get in my back. They are Sktv. So by the time I hear one of you voices, you say, I leave it, I forgive you.
Oh,
So
okay,
that
all
way,
right, that's good.
yeah, so you see,
Oh, so that's
oh,
why you think you can always call on openings, right?
good,
Oh,
oh,
okay. I just warning you.
my
I heard
brother,
your boss man say who listening.
yes, indeed,
Who
my brother,
who
good evening.
who taking Mona out tonight? Why you doing background check? Why you trying to? Why you want to know?
Good
Oh,
evening, Mark. I'm telling you.
Mom, you're the best. Oh. Okay, I take it back. Mom, I take it back. Muna, I take it back. Even yeah, I take it back. But my brother Mark, go ahead, my dear. Good evening, how you in? And what's up?
Well, nothing much. Great to be alive. Another day to be on SKTV. I mean, I'm just waiting for the game. 2 o'clock today is going to be an epic encounter at the Santiago Bernabeu between Real Madrid and Man City. I can't miss that for anything. So that's something I'm looking forward to in the next couple of hours. But until then, we are on SKTV, ready to rock and roll for today, maybe. I don't know what you're cooking. You the pilot, and you and Mona, the pilot and the co-pilot. I'm in the passenger seat right now. So you guys are the one in Liberia. I'm away, so I will take the back seat.
Yes, indeed,
Yeah.
we have so many things to talk about. Some of our talking points today will be waste, abuse, and yes, again, let me see. Okay, yeah, so waste, fraud, abuse in government at the people expense, and quite recently, we in fact this morning there were videos circulating on the social media pertaining to the majority block speaker who quote unquote alleged that in less than 3 months time he was able to refurnish his home and so forth. So we'll be looking at some of these things every time when you turn so there are corruption news, every time when you turn so people are stealing, all kinds of things happening. So these are things today that we'll be looking at. But we have so many things to talk about first before we reach to our topic or before we discuss our topic on today. But again, let's start with Muna. Muna, quickly give us update about some of the happening there in the southeast, especially through Granjida County.
Okay, thank you very much, Mabel. One of the trending the debate going on right now is about the bearing of Prince Johnson, the re-bearing of Samakayan Do from President Buaka when you talk about the re-bearing of other president who passed off the thing. And some parts saying the county, some Granjina are saying, citizens are saying that the re-bearing of Samakayan Do it's not really important to them right now because they have a dual monument in Swedish City, and also that some part saying the sort of reburying thing is not a bad thing. Another part saying that if you want to do a reburial for the late President Do, you should take that money and come and uh, renovate President Do's house. But now when you see about reburying, because they don't know what it know because they don't want any problem because between they and the buyings. So that a major debate on right now on the talk show this morning. The top one turned out the state podium in county right now.
Mark, you want to ask question on that, or maybe you want to say something quickly to that?
Well, I don't know what to say on it because when it comes to reburial, it's all about it's symbolic. It's been years, it's been decades since the passing of the two presidents. I think I heard that President Toba was out of burial in a mass grave, and the president took it upon himself to get on this particular take on this particular endeavor. I don't know why. I don't want to criticize it, but for most people, I don't know if it's a priority. But you got to respect past president. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, and I think he should listen to the people of not. President Doe was president for Liberia, even though he's from Grenjide, but he was not only the president for Grenjide, he was president for the entire Liberia. So if the current president choose to commemorate his life or do something that will go in history as a reminder. I don't know why they will want to, because I don't think it's a Joseph Parker responsibility to repair the home of Samuel Doe. I mean, he
That's
just
what
want to
I'm
honor the
saying.
president. So if you would choose to do something like that, maybe you can say upgrade the existing monument or the memorial that they do have in Grandville or whatsoever. But the idea that President Boaga is responsible to refurnish or refurbish the home or upgrade the home of President Doe, I'm not on board with that. And the same with the late President Tupper. So up to President Boaga, I think he's doing something good. I just don't know if it's a priority at the moment and how people's going to welcome it. But I don't think it's something that I will sit here to say I want to criticize. I will applaud the president for making such a decision. Yep.
Wonderful, great. Mark, even though let me just add a quick clip, 30 seconds. To that, I think I agree with you when you talk about. I think it's going to be prudent, or maybe it's going to be necessary or good for the president to maybe upgrade instead of rooting out, taking out or some of the cops from place to place. I think that sound like, you maybe booking up some of these memories in the mind of people, But again, maybe the government have their own way of doing things, but we don't know yet as to how much will that be, because sometimes be kind of more even before you come to yourself, before you know that sometimes government already spend close to a million or something about million. So our fear now will be like spending a lot just because of that. Then well, I don't know from which point the government try or what they really trying to even achieve. But again, that's another way. So Mark, give us some of the happening from your end, your observation maybe around the world before back home in Liberia. Mark.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, so I'm saying that you should give us some of the happening from your end around the world and then back home before come up with some of the updates from the nation capital.
Well, a lot of stuff happening, but the only two stories that caught my attention that I'm following, that I'm monitoring on a global stage is the whole issue of Dodge. I think I posted a link this morning from the New York Times. What happened yesterday was a big and monumental issue that took place yesterday, but the media is not taking it like the way it should be given the kind of credit and the credence because, yeah, we don't do media. It's all about politics here. So, and I'm following the peace talk in Saudi Arabia between the U.S. government and that of Saudi Arabia being a mediator to bring about some kind of a peaceful solution in Ukraine. For me, that one thing I put over anything, in spite of my political ideology, I'm for global peace. I hate wars because in war it's all about power and politician or let's just say global power trying to position themselves on the chessboard. And at the end of the day, the people who are already struggling, maybe the reason why I hate wars, right? Even when things are going normal, there are people that are struggling just to make sure they can keep their head above water, whether it's about taking care of your family, whether it's about providing for your family, your children's school fees. So when you bring about war, like in the Gaza, right? Who you think going to be the victim? Innocent people, women and children, people that have nothing to, no fish to fry in at all. They are always the victims. So for me, whether you can be a socialist, you're a conservative, you're a liberal, for me, the number one principle for me, any president who is after global peace, human guy, and then the rest we can figure out later based on your foreign policy. So that's one of the stories I'm following. I just hope they can come up with a peaceful resolution because hundreds of thousands of people are dying in Ukraine and Russia every day, even though the media not carrying it like they should be carrying it, but that's exactly what's happening. And the same way with the Gaza. The Gaza is literally destroyed. You cannot even live in the Gaza. There is no social service available. Everything is in ruins. That's what happened in Gaza. So if we can get towards some kind of peaceful resolution, then it will be a win for humanity. That's just how I see it. Maybe.
Great. So back home, what are some of the maybe things that you think that caught your attention while you are or maybe watching through the internet?
The one that I saw this morning was at the Liberia National Police headquarters with some lawmakers that were called for questioning from the arson attack at the state legislature on the grounds of the Senate and the House. I saw yesterday again. I don't know what the commotion was all about, and I saw some journalists complained that they wasn't given front row seat. They were trying to prevent them from entering. And I think they should be there to cover the story when it comes to testimony from the people that were questioned or that were invited. I don't know why they want to keep the media out, because that's the responsibility of the media to give the Liberian people up-to-date information to what's happening. So when you are calling lawmakers, don't forget now, the people that were called into question, they're not regular people, they are lawmakers that were elected, they represent different congressional districts. So I don't know which kind of, I'm not into security, I know nothing about security, but I don't know why the police director and those are the police headquarters will want to prevent journalists from entering. I don't get it. So that's one of the stories that caught my attention. I don't know the details here, but the media complained about not having access to the hearing or the questioning session. It caught my attention because I don't know why you want to prevent them from reporting. I don't know. Yeah, maybe
Thank
that's
you,
it for
Mark.
me.
To just start out with that media stuff, I think it's been a while now that journalists, they've been going through a lot, especially since the entire impasse started. If you watch, I think on Tuesday, similar thing that happened where the a police officer or those security guys were also seen, fighting journalists to cut off their cameras and so forth, to stop reporting. But then the question now become, why are you stopping the media officers from covering some of the events? Because mind you are saying that you want a fair play. So why are you afraid of maybe journalists or maybe media covering some of the events? But again, let me bring you up to speed quickly before we go to our topic on this morning. Between 10 o'clock this morning, we saw two lawmakers, one from District number 9, Honorable Frank Safoko from District number 9, and that of Honorable Jason Sibo from District number 16. In Massachusetts County this morning, they were, in fact, they were called upon by the Liberia National Police to give or as people of interest to give statement pertaining to what happened at the Capitol building, the arson attack. So because of that, these lawmakers were requested to come and make statements. So this morning, they were sitting this morning with their own supporters and so forth, and they went after everything that you said. The media was stopped at the gate, so we don't really know exactly what happened inside. But after that, the two lawmakers, they were allowed to leave, and as we speak, they are home, and they are having their own time to also react to the happening, spoke to their supporters and so forth. But again, apart from that, my brother, this morning, I think between 11 or 12, also this we start to hear a lot of rumors about tension building up in the nation capital Monrovia, where we saw fleets of motorcyclists. They were seen all in the streets, demolishing some of the police checkpoints. For what reason? When we ask kind of information, there were accident that happened along the bridge there, or right to the police depot, that led to a motorcyclist, I think, escaping death. So because of that, the motorcyclists, they were angry because of the so many checkpoints and so forth. So they were angry, and they had to remove some of the checkpoints according to them. So far, these are happening. And this entire impasse at the Capitol building still continue, and tomorrow will be Thursday, and we are watching. But apart from that, there's the video also that are circulating on the social media pertaining to the majority bloc speaker, Honorable Richard Nambekong, who alleged that in less than 3 months' time, he was able to furnish his home, and we're going to play that video also. And also, Liberians are reacting now based on what the LWSC boss, Mo Ali, posted that in fact Liberians shouldn't get credit to Honorable Yeke Cordova. That also sparked a lot of mixed reactions. People are saying that this is what you people brought to Liberia. You people was once upon a time supporting Honorable Yeke Cordova, all of his behavior and so forth, even including Prophet Key. But today, these same things are happening, and you people are getting angry. No, I think you got to give way for all of these things, because now what you people supported yesterday. So far, about as we speak, Monk and our people, they are back-to-back tensions as we speak. media officers are all in the street now, ask a question as to whether the speakership, whether it's a power struggle, or what Liberians stand to have a benefit, and Liberians are giving their own disappointment with the entire impasse at the Capitol building. So far, so good. These are happening back home as we go along. Any other later news, apart from some of the protests, mind you, there are a series of protests ranging from those people who are quote unquote working with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, who are contractors also, according to them, the Ministry of Youth and Sports owe them benefits and other wages or salaries, but up to now they haven't able to get a pay. Even BWR also, so many things happening back home among our people and those of you who are also following, but because of the impasse, sometimes we don't really give more attention to this thing, but there are series of protests, series of happening, and so many things ongoing in the nation capital. So thank you, Monk, and our follow our viewers. So far, so good, Monk. These are happening from the nation capital.
Yeah, for what you just explained, the reason I'm keeping my eye on the whole legislative impasse and the reason why people are getting jittery in Liberia and they are fearful. Look, optics is everything in politics. The kind of a condition that you create, people will believe that's exactly what's happening, even if you're not there yet. You got perception and you got reality. Sometimes perception becomes reality. And the reason you got all these scrimmages happening in every sector of government, whether it's protests, the AFL women coordinating peaceful protests and all this stuff, because the lawmakers themselves, they are manufacturing crisis every day. So when people in the country got this whole idea that, you know what, the country is on the edge, that we got chaos all over the place, then they are more likely to act in that way, even if there is no reason to do that. Because the people who are supposed to be laying the markers and doing some of the better job for the Liberian people in terms of pushing the society forward, guess what? They are the one. Do you know what it means, Melbourne? Things are already tough. People are complaining that the president is not performing up to standard for his experience or for the wealth of knowledge he was supposed to bring to the presidency. And then you got your lawmakers every time putting the ice in the tack. Then you got someone parking his car in the speaker parking lot. You got rule of law cocker. You got regime speaker. You got minority black, constitutional crisis. Someone want to impeach the Supreme Court justice. Melbourne, if you wake up in civil society, tell me how you do the thing. What's supposed to be your expectation? Whether you're an investor, whether you're an ordinary Liberian citizen, what's supposed to be your expectation in a society that is just always in chaos? Self-manufactured chaos. How do you think you're going to react? You're going to start doing chaotic things too because you think it's normal. That's what's happening all around you. So that's exactly what you see happening in Liberia. My fear is I just hope it doesn't reach tipping point, and that's what I keep saying on the show all the time. I would take the path of least resistance, but the worst case scenario, somebody could do something crazy and it can spark. Look, maybe when you go back to the dark days of Liberia, let me just give you a typical example. The April 6th. It was just because they wanted to arrest one man, right? Can you imagine Roosevelt Johnson at the time just calling to arrest one single individual? The whole society went to take spin.
Oh yes,
that's
indeed.
my fear.
Indeed,
because the instances that will spark a national crisis or political uprising, they will be little. You will even believe these are some of the things that can put the whole country into provocative, juvo, and some of us don't want happening because our people are already struggling over there. Things not going well from an economic standpoint. Women, children, people. Can you imagine, Melbourne? You are just in Tony recently to go and help some family for the Christmas, just to put food on the table. Now, if you cannot feed yourself in a day, if things are difficult, you cannot even put food on the table for the children. Do you know what it means if the country go into a tailspin? If something happens and people had to scatter, run all over the place, what become of the poor people? And that's the biggest fear. And we always talk about that. I hope we can avert it and stop the country from sliding down that path. But it seems like our political leaders, they are not interested in that. For them, power is all that is necessary, and that's exactly what they are doing every day in Liberia.
Good. So, Mark, so let me play this video. This is the video of yesterday. I think yesterday this was great, but today, maybe someone will say, quote unquote, it's not good. So this is the video of yesterday, and this is how everything started. So let me play the video quickly before we continue. Yes, coming up, I wanted to show the other part of it where on the Boyaka code. I think this is the video that I'm looking for. Okay, good. I'm coming, Mark. Please give me the 30 second. Good. I just want to show to or maybe inform our people about some of these things, you know, how to behave when it comes to major issues. This is buffer chambers time, right?
1 year was it? You saw Muneka? Or when you saw that movie? So you can go for buffer. Talking for sure. The player of the father, we hear what the cool doing the bring of Steve, who put money our body.
Good. Mark. So that was the time of the former representative from District Number 2, Maryland County, titled Buffer Chambers. And by then, Honorable Yeke Koruba was 100% supported by the quote-unquote rescuers. But today, they are saying that it's bad. The match should stop. In fact, they are even using some adjectives to even describe him. Some are saying that, in fact, he's not too okay, he's dead, he's that. Mom, what say you? Because, mind you, yesterday, it was good. But today, they are saying that, no, it's bad. Just for parking. Yesterday, Monk, just for parking business yesterday, you saw what happened. So what's going to happen on what they also by going to the seat of former representative Buffer Chimo, the speaker, by even sitting on a seat and even taking a gavel and say, order, order, order. So what's going to happen next?
For me, we already know Yeke when it comes to his personality. Yeke will do what he needs to do. We already know who Yeke is. But while I was there from those videos on the internet yesterday, it was almost like people trying to justify. Like I said, anytime something happens in Liberia, the very first reaction is to take a side. Unity Party for the CDC. So yesterday, the sedition was saying, oh, Yeke used to do it to how they call it, to Buffer Chamber, and you guys were praising because for them that just had to see everything in Liberian politics. That we got an El Clasico in everything, Barcelona, Madrid, Unity Party for the CDC. But I'm looking at it from a different standpoint. Like I know Yeke character, I know Yeke personality, I know what Yeke believes in. He won't play too much politics when it comes to this issue. That's why I said yesterday, I think the problem was on the part of the regime speaker, because he should have handled it much differently, knowing the kind of individual he's dealing with. It was just a protest from Yeke. And Yeke will do it all the time, irrespective of who is in power or who called himself the speaker. I bet you if Fanatic Kofa was doing exactly what Richard Kun is doing, Yeke would do exactly the same thing. So it was just a testament that Yeke would say, I'm on the right side. I'm trying to push that other guy button because I believe he's not doing the right thing. But for them, no. It was the reason those videos came out yesterday because they want to validate his action. Because in that way, they think that they are scoring political points. So sedition now, they are the one trying to be the moralist. That's why they brought all those videos. And when you flip the shoes on the other foot, the Unity Party people will do exactly the same thing. And that's why Liberia is stuck between these two parties. But for me, I don't have an issue with Yeke. I know it was just a protest. His behavior yesterday by parking the speakers or designated or parking space, it was not called for, but the manner in which he handled it, I think that's where the problem is. But like I said, everything in Liberia now is about Unity Party and CDC. That's where the problem is. All those videos only came after because CDC now want to justify. They want to create this talking point that, oh, we were better than Unity Party because it happened to Buffer Chamber and he handled it in a whole different way. But they won't focus on what forced Yeke to go and park in Buffer Chamber parking space. So everything about them is just the politics first. That's where the problem is.
So among onto that, let me I think I wanted to say this to all of us as people. I think Honorable Yeke Koruba have Honorable Yeke Koruba changed? I want to ask you this question, or he still remain the same Yeke Koruba? Because mind you, 2017 Honorable Yeke Koruba won with 17,000 votes. After that, he was in the horse from 2018 to 2023. 2023, the rescuers, those rescuers, they went into, in fact, they were, I don't know, should I say, self-truck, because nobody trucked them. They trucked themselves right, or themselves to go there. They were self-truck, and they went there in district number 10. Honorable Yeke Kodoba won with 22,000 votes in their gone election, 2023 election. Now, the point here is, whether it's CDC, it's Unity Party, but you said that this man was good, or maybe he's very good at maybe advocating and so forth more. But now you are getting angry with some of his advocacy. So let's go back to how everything started. Honorable Yeke Kodoba brought the government to power on or with the mindset of changing things and making sure that Liberia will be better according to him. Though. Now, Yeke Kodoba talking started with the issue of the Tango. I don't know whether some of you can still recall. Mo, you can still remember?
We Tango, the one that they just brought into the country, or the fire?
The Tango situation there in Bon County.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Well, the president receiving or giving money to the victim.
Good.
Yeah, I can remember.
There were Honorable Yeke Kodoba entire talking questions and so forth. That there where it started, and even from that incident, we get the Buaka da Bibi and so forth, right? So I think that you are saying, for me, I think what I'm looking at into all of this situation among is just about our leaders are not just willing to do the right thing. Because even if what Yeke Kodoba is saying, if these things are real or they are things that needed to be done, why make yourself to be like you want to be giving one person credit all of the time? Monk, that for example, coming to talk about corruption, and Yeke Kodoba keep talking about all the things this horse. For me, I think those leaders, they are not doing well, because if Yeke Kodoba were quote unquote maybe doing this thing in the name of politics and so forth, but now I think he could have become senator. But right now, he's staying in a district. And at the end of the day, he's still talking the same way that he's talking. So my point is Honorable Yeke Kodoba safe on the regime to free the talk, to free the do things like for the way he did for the past 6 years? That's my question to you, Monk. Because from what we saw, or from what we witnessed on yesterday, alone speak volume.
Well, there's a reason why Yeke won with such a high margin. If you look at the margin of victory for Yeke in his district, it's almost like the same that if Joseph Boakai won on a national level. It's not that wild of a margin in terms of the vote difference. So it means the country is evenly split between these two political parties. My thing here is Yeke may not always be right, but Yeke believes in what Yeke believes in, and he got his own way of handling things. People may not always agree with him, but most of the time, majority of the time, I would say more than 90% of the time, Yeke is always right. Whether you go to whether you take some of his colleagues to the court or he sue the government or whatsoever, he always come out on top, because Yeke has shown that he can rise above politics. He's not doing things because you want to take a side. We saw it with Joseph Boakai. Yeke was one of those that brought Joseph Boakai to power, but Yeke started blowing the alarm before Boakai was even inaugurated. So the only thing I'm saying this, and the reason you bring it out, I say the people who are posting this video, when you just observe what they are doing for them, it's only about politics. The only reason they bring all the Yeke video because they want to point the finger at Unity Party that he did it to us before, but look at how we handle it. We are better than you guys. That it almost like he's trying to justify that CDC or that Georgia were better than Joseph Boakai because the way things happening. That it's all about the comparison. But the main things that they are missing, they are not asking themselves why force Yeke to park in Buffer's chamber parking space. Because that was the reason he did it. And that's the same reason he's doing it with Richard Coon. So for Yeke, it's not about politics, but the people who are circulating or circumventing this video on the internet, they cannot just see nothing beyond Unity Party and CDC. That's just why it's all about. And it's exactly what Yeke is doing. Yeke could do it tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Because in Yeke's mind, he believes Fanati Kofa is the legitimate speaker, even though he doesn't have a quorum to do government business. But Yeke still believes that Fanati Kofa is the legitimate speaker. And for sure, he's the legitimate speaker. I am just saying, yeah, all these videos you see popping up, making a comparison, no, it's not about what is right. For them, it's all about making the comparison between CDC and Unity Party. That's why that Yeke video came out yesterday. Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. Mr. Khanna just joined us. So let me give you a little chance. Then we move straight to our topic, waste, abuse, and so forth. We already have the video already queued on the quote unquote the majority blood speaker allegedly having uh, his home refurnished after 3 months. So we're going to play that video. So, Mr. Khanna, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, my man. Good morning from my end. It's about 11:42 here, precisely, in the morning. So I want to say good morning to you, good afternoon, good evening to everybody, depending where you are. I mean, Mom, what's going on? What's up?
Man, nothing much. I'm just in my basement here, doing my thing, and it's cool. But the cold is much better than yesterday. Yesterday was complete mark for death, but today at least it warm more a little bit. It's still cool, but not like yesterday. So we're okay here.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been following, been listening to the show. You're just doing one or two things, and I decided to at least to come, be here for the second segment. I know we're about to leave in about 15 minutes or so for the
Yeah.
news bulletin, if there's going to be one today. But we are actually witnessing something that a lot of people consider as being very much unprecedented. We are seeing some things that we're not seeing before, and I don't know how the Liberian people are going to survive with this, but they have their own destiny in their hands. Liberian people can choose to allow this to continue, or they can choose to stop it. It's up to the Liberian people. But the kind of lawlessness we are seeing is very glaring to the extent that the people believe that they can do anything and nothing can happen to them. They believe they are outlaw. They believe they own the country. They believe they own the people and they own the resources of the country. So they are at liberty to do whatever they want to do and with no repercussion. So it's going to be very, very tough next 5 years. But Liberian people can choose to redeem themselves. They can choose to graduate from this. They can also choose to allow themselves to draw into these massive corruptions and nepotism and um, daylight abuse of power. It's up to them. But one thing I can assure you, Melbourne and Mount and everybody here, is that 2029 will be different. There will be a lot of surprises. But I can tell you, the possibility, I know Joseph Boakai is not going to be in the picture. Joseph Boakai, let us pray for him to even end his term this 5 years. I'm not saying he's going to die, but I'm saying if he's going to be capable to even be able to do what he's doing right now, wherein they inject steroid in him all the time to take him to the public area and worry about his terminal, how you're going to survive, how you're going to keep up, keep standing up when you're somewhere, they will go stand behind him, for the fear of he falling and stuff like that. So we don't know how long and they can do this. And you'll be surprised to note that president now has personal physician, personal doctor behind him, traveling to places.
with him. We predicted that after when Joseph Boakai was elected, when he came to America, fake emergency, and he went for that. The people said, his heart rate, his system could not support major surgery that were, that was planned. The triple bypass that were planned, they say his, stamina and heart rate and everything could not support that. So they didn't do what it's supposed to do. So what they did some little work, and then with the mindset that when Joseph Boakai goes back to Liberia, he will be given the presidency. You will have enough money to even take a doctor from here to go and live with them in Liberia at the expense of the Liberian people. The other time somebody say I shouldn't talk about this, they call the radio station, they call the managers, they call the they call people that, Sekou is talking too much, he shouldn't go that route. They shouldn't be talking about the men's health. We're getting to know that when you are the president, you no longer have any privacy. Your privacy of your business is public matter, and nobody really cares about how you feel, because you know the challenges that come with the presidency. You know the level of say guess who is that? Okay, so you know the level of challenges that come with the presidency. You know the level of stress. It was Joseph Boakai himself that went on the radio on 50-50 that he developed heart problems when he was vice president for 12 years, and 2017 campaign. It was so stressful, and that created problem for him in his heart, for which a pacemaker was inserted in his system. He knew his health condition. He knew exactly what was going on with him. Now we are in a country where you have a president that almost like a robot. So Buck is not doing anything for himself. He's not doing anything for the country. People managing him, people moving him around, people doing everything for him. When they're ready to pull steroid in him to, bring him to the public, write few lines, coerce, train him, go and say one or two things, and then right after that, don't even answer question. Because he doesn't have what it takes to even actually logicize or, put anything into perspective, because his thought process is not together. But yet, they don't care. As long as they're getting their own money, as long as they're stealing enough from the country, they care less about that. But what is even bad is the level of corruption and abuse of power, with no regard to the future of the country, with no consciousness to think of what could happen if the Liberian people decide to say no. What is possible? These actions, the level of corruption and abuse of power, doing anything you want to do with the people, thinking that you have power. We have seen a lot of powerful people come and go long time. Powerful people came and they no longer, being mentioned. I've always mentioned the likes of Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, Charles Taylor, Maputo Sissoko, and others. A lot of others, even Idi Amin. All those people were so powerful, they thought because they had military people at their disposal, they have fighters. But you know what? God doesn't look ugly. If you are given the power to serve the people, it doesn't mean you should abuse them. It doesn't mean that you own the country. It doesn't mean that you can do anything you want to do. Even money. Hey, we were just mentioning some other presidents, Doe, Turbo, and other people. Doe was very powerful too. But you saw how Doe ended. You can't abuse power. Joseph Parker may think he's old. He may think that he's untouchable. He may think that he has nothing to lose. He will somehow accumulate enough wealth for his people, for his family. Well, mind you, if you serve in a certain way in a country, sometimes even your grandchildren or great-grandchildren, they will be useless in that country, depending how you serve. Anybody that will carry your name or that will be attached to you with a family link, there are certain people right now, you can't hear their name anywhere closer to leadership. You don't even have the nerve. They don't have the courage. Based on the legacy their parents, grandparents left for them. So Joseph Boagai, friends and the supporters and family members, they may think that they got nothing to lose, but you have everything to lose. There will be time people say, well, we remember. And mind you, Liberian people, we don't know whether they will have patience enough to tolerate everything that you are doing right now for the next 6 years. We don't know that. And when a cup get full, what happens? Spills. The cup will get full, the cup will soon get full. It will be, even a table shake a little bit, it spills. When you drink your tea, right? You put milk, put sugar, even if you put enough, if you put water and put everything you got to put there, you forgot to put milk. In the sugar, making it sweet, right? In the tea, if you put more milk in there, you can fold it up. Even if you take it like they want to drink it, will be, wasting. So when the cup get, full up to the level where it can no longer take anything, it will start to spill everywhere. So I just, wanted to highlight a few things to note that Joseph Jima Boakai government should know that whatever they are doing, they stand for it, and they should be very, very careful. All the other one that are supporting them, because they're getting $20 and $5, in their phones, and they've been giving one bag of rice, or sometimes half a bag of rice, or something, 10 cup of rice. They are just doing it for their own survival, but they don't know the aftermath of what they are doing. They don't know. Even you don't want to even tell them, say, go cost your own mind, go cost your own part, they will go do it because of survival. Poverty is not good. Poverty to the extent where you cannot afford to eat. You cannot afford to live, go to sleep, believing that you have something to eat tomorrow. You don't even have the first transportation to go out the next morning. It's tough. Those with the money, they will use you. There's a saying in Liberia that says, ones who control Your belly controls your brain for the most part. Hopefully they will learn. Hopefully they will stop. But if I can tell you today, if Joe Buckeye is put in the court as a men and women, let it continue on this path and see what it will do for them. Because Labrador people know them. They will tolerate you. They will allow you to do the same thing. They will pray, sing for you. But to change, it takes a split second. Or split second, you'll be surprised. You'll see some people that you thought that you could not believe in your wildest dream that they will go against you. Well, anyway, let just bargain people there continue to do whatever they are doing. And they will see what Labrador will do in the end.
Thank you, Mr. Kane, and just like the way you put everything, but quickly, we are getting a report that evangelist Joshua Milton Blai, or aka General Borneke, is on critical list. He's done well, suffering from kidney solutions in Kenya, according to family source. So that means General Borneke is seriously sick, suffering from kidney problem. But I don't know what Mom, I should play the video quickly before we go for the news break.
The man who say on camera they used to eat more hot.
Yes, indeed. General Borneke.
That's not your news, maybe. But anyway.
Yeah, so
not newsworthy for me personally.
Why you ask the question that they made the emo high? That's why you your kidney.
Yeah, the man say you eat more. He does say you eat more high. When your kidney all the plenty of children had he ate maybe like 18 bottle in his kidney.
Easy. So the kind before we go for the news, we have the video on the phone.
Wait now, Laura, what happened? You laughing? Alas?
Oh, gee. Somebody join us for the kid.
What happened? What is that?
That's a video I want to we're talking about playing today on the waste, abuse, and so forth that we talk about. And this is one of our evidence on what we're discussing here quickly.
My man, you gotta always give a disclaimer as to who actually recorded the video.
Yes, indeed. We're going to do that before play.
This is our video.
Yes, indeed. So this is Spoon network video, and the video belongs to Spoon FM or Spoon TV. So quickly, let me play the video quick before we go for our news break.
In less than 3 months, Richard Kuhn broke down everything in his home. Where are the lawmakers? The man started building his own, putting fence, high-rise fence, addition to his compound, building it. I'm about to show you the inside of Richard Kuhn home. Somebody said, stand up, but why you didn't tell the president? My people, not everything now, you're bling stand on, not tell President Bwaka, I'm tired now. Let more I didn't tell President Bwaka too now. Let Jeremiah tell President Bwaka's son. I mean, no, I'm tired now, please. But still, like your papa, like your uncle, that your day, why you can't tell I'm tired? Nobody know Richard Kuhn was crazy like this. For the family not come to say anything. James Colette ran away. They're all giving up. They're all giving up. It's embarrassing though. Are you not embarrassed? Don't look at inside Richard Kuhn home. Listen. We brought complete criminal to be speaker. And he's not willing to change. He's not willing to change. I supported Joseph Yuma Bwaka, right? Indirectly, I supported the Unity Party. You guys know that. It's no hidden. I still love my puppy. I do. I love the puppy. But I think that Richard Kunti, again, that's another mistake.
So maybe are we going to go for news bulletin?
I know, right? Another mistake. We keep making mistakes every single time.
Let me ask you.
Yes, we're waiting for. Yes, indeed, we're waiting for the team. By the time they come on, then we go for the news bulletin. So yeah, but
Yeah, but
you can start a conversation because if you're too interested, you do
quickly. I know when you heard me say, I know I saw you laughing. Honestly speaking, I don't control what happened on the show, especially when you're running the show. You do whatever you want to do. That will, you think will bring information to the people. But honestly speaking, I Seku will never play Stanton's, garbage. I'm not here to condone Richard Cohn's behavior or to celebrate Joseph Boakai and Richard Cohn and stealing from LeBron people. For Stanton to call Richard Cohn,
That's why I was just about to say a complete criminal. I'm like, wow.
It's like a part telling ticket to the black.
He heavy now. He heavy.
Yeah, the guy who was convicted for stealing $104 million from the federal government. You calling somebody criminal. To be honest, my own advocacy is different. To be honest, this guy has no moral ground to stand on to call anybody criminal. Bottom line. But again, maybe you do you. I mean, it's your show. You're running the show, and
maybe the chief engineer, so let him do his thing, right?
So I'm running the show. I'm not saying.
The news bulletin. Let's go for the news bulletin, please.
7. My name is Marcus Davis. In the headlines, President Joseph Boakai appoints a national committee to oversee the proper reburial of former presidents William R. Tobert and Samuel Kanyando. The government of Liberia says it is bracing itself for the consequences of the United States suspension of aid in the tune of about $120 million United States dollars. Liberia Council of Churches expresses concerns about the increase in violence and lawlessness among members of the House of Representatives, called for calm amongst the legislative members. And of the home front, South Africa's finance minister fails to unveil the budget after a tax roll during a meeting, according to the BBC. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. President Joseph Boakai has appointed a national committee to oversee the proper burial or reburial of former presidents William R. Tobert and Samuel Kanyando. In his annual message last month, President Boakai declared the government's commitment to according dignified burials to President Tobert and his cabinet members who were killed in April of 1980, as well as President Doe, who was slain during the Liberian Civil War. The president said this historic initiative is part of the government's broader efforts to foster national unity, reconciliation, and healing by bringing closure to a painful chapter in Liberia's history. Those appointed on the committee are Senator Zoe Pennon of Grangeda County, Senator Daros Delon of Montserrat, Madam Clavinder Parker, a senior citizen, Councilor Gloria Musu-Scott, former Chief Justice, Major General Davison Fuller, Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia. Others are Ambassador Ethel Davis, Member, Policy Advisory Council, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Representative of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Madam Frida Tama, April 22nd Memorial Group, Bernard Ayure, former Director General, Liberia Maritime Authority, John T. Richardson, and Reverend Emmett Dunn. According to an executive mansion release, the committee chaired by Education Minister Dr. Jaso Jala will be responsible for planning and executing the program to ensure the dignified reburial of the two former presidents. The government of Liberia says it is bracing itself for the consequences of the United States suspension of aid in the tune of about $120 million United States dollars. These funds, through USAID, were supporting various projects in the country, including tax mobilization, education, health, and elections. Finance Minister Gustin Gaffan told The Voice of America that the cancellation of funding for all USAID-sponsored projects in the country will have or has direct and indirect impact on the country's development. Speaking On VOA Daybreak Africa, Ngafwa said USAID was Liberia's second largest donor besides the World Bank, financing projects in health, education, agriculture, and elections. The Finance and Development Planning Minister, however, stated that Liberia is resilient and will overcome this latest obstacle in its development drive. According to Minister Ngafwa, the government is working around the clock with bilateral and multilateral organizations, regional and international institutions, and with loans from other banking institutions to cover the gap created by the freeze on financial assistance to USAID-sponsored projects in Liberia. The Liberia Council of Churches has expressed concerns about the increase in violence and lawlessness among members of the House of Representatives. LCC Secretary General Reverend Dr. Christopher Toll said the forceful removal of Speaker Fonati Kopa, the parking of vehicle where it is not supposed to, and drilling of a vehicle belonging to a lawmaker are all signs that things are getting off hand. Speaking to the press on Wednesday, the Monrovia Reverend Toll maintained that the lawmakers are not setting good records for the young people to emulate. The Liberian Council of Churches Secretary General is therefore encouraging both the majority and minority blocks of the House of Representatives to abide by the ruling of the Supreme Court by acting in accordance with the laws. The Catholic Relief Services and the Liberia Institute of Public Administration, LIPA, have signed a memorandum of understanding to train middle-level officials in the government. CRS Country Representative Glenix Cummings John signed for her institution, while LIPA Director General Ni Ala Vapila signed on behalf of the Liberia Institute of Public Administration. Speaking during the ceremony, CRS Country Representative Glenix Cummings John said the MOU is intended to support the training of middle-level officials of government through LIPA. She said the training will enhance collaborative spirit, effectiveness, and productivity in government. Madam Cummings John assured LIPA that the Catholic Relief Services will provide resources to ensure that the training takes place at all middle levels in government, with the aim of reducing some of the friction reported in recent days. In remarks, LIPA Executive Director or Director General Ni Ala Vapila welcomed the MOU and expressed his hope that the training will go a long way in helping the government. According to Vapila, the Liberia Institute of Public Administration is the reservoir of training and professionalism in government, assuring the CRS that LIPA will ensure that the MOU is fully implemented. The Institute for Research and Democratic Development has proposed several recommendations to President Boakai amidst the suspension of funding to all USAID activities in Liberia. ARED Executive Director Den Sayi said, as a result of the recent decision by President Donald Trump to halt all USAID activities, President Boakai should now focus on key sectors in the country. Sayi, in his recommendation, wants President Boakai to carry on total review of all concessions to ensure their operations are redesigned to reflect the Liberian business sector. According to him, Liberia is at a critical point where deliberate actions are needed to have the economy in a better shape. The ARED Executive Director believes that the current situation does not only affect Liberia, but other African countries that are benefiting aid through the United States Agency for International Development. At the same time, the ARED Executive Director has termed as troubling and disheartening the lack of trust and confidence in the Liberian justice system. According to Dan Saib, it should signal to members of the highest court to redirect their scope of workings as citizens are beginning to express their frustration and lack of trust in the system. Saib believes that once an ordinary citizen sees the court as being corrupt, disregard to the rule of law, and rendering unfair judgment could cause severe unrest. He also added that it is demoralizing on the part of elected officials to have abandoned their core functions and now engage into consistent fight at the legislature. You are listening to a bulletin of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. We broadcast from Dupodro in Pinzo, outside Monrovia. In more news, culture workers of the Ministry of Youth and Sports are demanding the Minister of Youth and Sport to pay their 7-month salary arrears. The workers on Wednesday staged a peaceful protest at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, demanding their just benefits. Speaking to journalists, Lois Pay explained that since Minister Ko Bangalu took over as Minister of Youth and Sports, they are yet to receive salaries for 7 months, despite promising to work with them in ensuring the youth among them are employed. The group of casual workers are hereby calling on the group of casual workers is hereby calling on the government through President Boakai and the Justice Ministry and other relevant authorities to intervene in their situation. And away from Liberia, South Africa's Finance Minister Enoch Kotongwana has been forced to postpone the unveiling of the national budget following sharp disagreements within the coalition government. Coalition partners derailed his budget after opposing his plan to raise value-added tax or VAT, which would have been the prices of goods go up. We have seen the prices of goods go up at a time when South Africans are hard hit by the cost of living crisis. Gordon Wanham is a member of the African National Congress, which was forced to enter into a coalition after losing its parliamentary majority in elections last year. His failure to table the budget sent shockwaves in South Africa, as it has never happened since the end of white minority rule in 1994. The currency plummeted against the US dollar as markets reacted negatively to the news. The Democratic Alliance, or DA, which is the second largest party in the coalition, was one of the most vocal critics of the proposed budget. Its leader, John Stanson, said the party could not in good conscience agree to a VAT increase from 15% to 17%, as it would have broken back the back of the economy. The VAT was last increased in 2018 from 14 to 15. The ANC's other coalition members, like the Freedom Front Plus, said they were only told of the proposed hike before the finance minister was due to table the budget. The minister told journalists that the planned increase was mentioned in the cabinet last week. The budget will now be tabled on 12 March, following further discussions to iron out differences, he said. The opposition Economic Freedom Fighters expressed dismay over the postponement, saying it was a symptom of weak, indecisive, and opportunistic governance. But the DA hailed the postponement as a victory and said it will push for a budget that is better for growth and employment. To end this news bulletin, a recap of the headlines. President Joseph Boakai appoints a national committee to oversee the proper reburial of former presidents William R. Tobert and Samuel Kanyado. Government of Liberia says it is bracing itself for the consequences of the United States suspension of aid in the tune of about 120 million United States dollars. True, you said. Liberia Council of Churches expresses concerns about an increase in violence and lawlessness, especially among members of the House of Representatives, calls for calm among the lawmakers. And away from Liberia, South Africa's finance minister fails to unveil the national budget after tax roll amongst the coalition members of the government. What does RCR News Bulletin at 7? My name is Maka Davis.
So, Mabel, you good? All right. I think Mabel trying to adjust. So yeah, we listen to.
You're listening to RCR News Bulletin at 7. The very next time you hear news on the station will be at 8 o'clock on tonight, by which time we'll bring you 45 minutes of news coming from our newsroom, Truth FM 96.1. So again, folks, we are continuing with the SKTV show right here on Truth FM. Will be with you up to 8 o'clock, but we're going to discuss a little bit. Then later on, we activate the line so that you can also be part of the show. Mr. Kane, Monk, and that Lawrence, we're back after the news bulletin.
Yeah, so like I would normally do, I always react to the news. So Again, I'm very much disappointed with Joseph Boakai's lack of priorities and continuing to confuse the Liberian people. You know, thinking that Liberian people are very stupid. Why are you talking about burying President Doe and Towa and other people? Are we gonna also do burial for Thomas Kuyumpa? Are we gonna do because Prince Johnson is dead now? Now you try to value Doe now because Prince Johnson is no longer there. Prince Johnson killed Doe. Now Prince Johnson is dead. Now all of a sudden, Joseph Boakai now loves Doe. He loves Nigerians. He wants to bury Doe now because Prince Johnson is no longer in the picture. Look at some of the names we just heard. So money eater, just creating some, because people then he offended, people then that he had problem with, people then that actually feel he was very ungrateful to them. He's bringing them now, creating some loophole just for them to get some money to eat. Just to create a money-eating group. Just distracting people. Okay, Beria, why are you not prioritizing the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code? Why are you spending money on that? Dope died a long time ago. Joseph Boakai, they need to stop this, man. They're not doing it. He's not doing it because he really loves Doe. He thinks he's the right thing to do, but they keep distracting people from the real issues. Everybody know within themselves that Joseph Boakai he cared less about what happened to Doe. He was part of it. He was part of it. And he was one of the mayor. All of them that staged that coup for Tobo, they were all mayor and captains and colonel. All of them. Even the one that was civilian, in order for you to get position, they got to make you some kind of captain or mayor or colonel. So Joseph Boakai got to stop fooling the Liberian people. People are not stupid. People are not stupid. What happened to the War and Economic Crimes Code? What happened to the auditing of all government agencies in the country? What happened to the yellow machines? What happened to the the $20 million that he's, I don't know, the labor minister or someone.
The 22 million rural
popular works.
Popular work, yeah, the popular works project.
So what happened with that to that money?
Like it's finished.
So they just creating different narratives to play with the people's mind, thinking that people are stupid. That black people get very short memory stamp. When people, when something happening, people always think that people are very stupid. They're thinking can only go 1 or 2 weeks and then they forget about it.
Yeah.
Before you know it again, you create some kind of fake story again. Before 1 or 2 weeks, they forgot about that one. Before you know it again, you create another one again. As long as you're taking your money, you keep fooling them, bringing unnecessary stuff. No disrespect to Doe. But if I was from Doe family, I wouldn't even accept this kind of nonsense. Because it's a joke. Just trying to use Doe to create some money-eating, group wherein they can take money from them and say, we spent X amount of money on Doe and Tobo's burial. Just to steal money. Just a way of bringing other people in. You say you're going to reduce the government. You say you're firing people. Now you're bringing more people in to get their money. Because you don't know what to do with money. It's a complete nonsense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work the country resources at this time. And he's not joining one about it. You're finding a way to confuse the Liberian people, to do anything they want to do to distract us. But you know what? All of us are stupid. Number one, Joseph Boaga is now okay. They still will not say it. If you're doing it so that when it happen, don't worry about that. You do without do. If something happen to you, you are a president. You get state burial if something happen to you. So don't worry about that. You don't have to do and trouble. This is a disgrace. There are no priorities. Look at this. Joseph Boakai, 1 year, 2 months in power. No tangible. They can't point to anything good that they have done. When another yellow machine, that blue machine, that blue boss. When another blue boss.
Are you little bosses?
Yeah, but I just trying to put on color on the bosses now. Because the another yellow machine, then the blue bosses. In another one, then they creating different agencies. At the end of the day, they will achieve nothing. They will do nothing, and Liberian people will continue to, wallow in poverty and suffering. But at the end of the day, they care less about the Liberian people. As long as they follow their pocket, he said he bring a lot of money for your family. His son can go and be part of any kind of ministry or agencies. They are consulting everywhere. At the end of the day, Joseph Boakai will make the money he wants for him and his family, and Liberian people will continue to suffer. So all these things they're doing is all about distraction. Imagine now they're celebrating the failed asset recovery that they created from the beginning. But guess what? Before you can worry about asset recovery, stop stealing. All the audits report that we have on paper, why don't you go through those first? You promise that you're going to have a forensic audit. Audits are going to come from America or elsewhere around the world. Experts. They're going to come and audit all the agencies of government. How are you going to audit the agencies of government? The other guy that just put there, they call him speaker. They just give the guy, they give the guy $5 million. That's how you're going to do auditing. That's how you're going to recover. That guy alone, that $5 million in that budget is going to be more than anything they're going to achieve in their 1 or 2 year audit or recovery. You're destroying the country because you have no priorities. You have no clear visions as to how to move the country forward. You are not, you are abusing the law. Who gave you power to even audit other people? Who gave you power to even go and take anything away from other people if you don't have no respect for the Constitution? It is the Constitution that gave you power to be president. If the Constitution does not exist, if you don't care about the Constitution, you have no moral ground to stand on to say you're going to audit or take any property from anybody. You should start with yourself. Stop the stealing. Respect the rule of law. Respect people, that are protected by the Constitution. But if you cannot respect the Constitution, everything else, for me, that's my thing. If Joseph Boakai and his people, they cannot respect the Constitution, that gave them power and all the leverage or everything that they are working with right now. For me, in my book, they have no legitimacy. You are delegitimizing your own status. You have no relevance. You should not even be called president if you can't respect the law. Me and somebody can grow together. You go to the same school. You're still in the same class. By the time that person put on that uniform, police uniform, you're no longer the same with the person because you know what? The law. You can go buy the same kind of blue cloth and put flag on it and say you police too. But the reason why nobody regard you, nobody listen to you, nobody care about whatever you do, because you are not protected by the Constitution. So those who are given power, it's not that they are the most powerful people, it's not that they own the country or they own the people. People respect you because of the agreement. That agreement is the Constitution. But if the Constitution does not apply to you, then it should not apply to me. Plain and simple. If our leaders cannot respect the law, they should not be respected. They should lose the leverage. They should lose the power that making them to be drunk. They should lose all the opportunity. They cannot lead us. Let Joseph Barker go back. Respect J. Fonate Kofa as the real speaker, the actual speaker, the legal speaker that was legally elected. So we can talk about other things. Everything else Joseph Barker is doing is illegal. That budget, that money, why your pass is illegal. By the Supreme Court. The budget that they passed, that this guy presided over is illegal. Because it said that anything is not done legally, it's not done at all. So if it's illegal, that means it didn't happen. So Joseph Boakai last State of Union address was illegal. All the money you're sharing among yourself is illegal. You're stealing. So you can't be doing things illegally, then you want to use legal means to prosecute other people or to go after other people. You have no legal ground. You have no moral ground to do anything to anybody. The only way you get that power, the only way you'll be able to do all of those things, you have to respect the law. It is the law that makes you who you are. No respect for the law, that means you're nobody. We all can just go and disrespect each other and just move on. Because nobody cares about the law. Nobody's protected. So Mom, Melbourne, and Lawrence, that whole idea of Joseph Barker appointing people to bury this person, that person, Joseph Barker doing that because they feel put pressure on heart attack on Prince Johnson to kill Prince Johnson. Maybe Joseph Barker knew what he was doing. Because one of the senators from Grand Jida accused him of being the one to kill Prince Johnson. He's going to accuse that one. I won't go to, oh, you know what? Say you talking plenty. Let me go to Yamuna County and go bury the president that came from there. So Joseph Barker is not serious, to be honest. But Joseph Barker is not the one doing it. Like I've said, Joseph Barker is inapt. Joseph Barker is incapacitated. Joseph Barker could not even walk to shake the military people's hand. They got to put him in the back of pickup. To stand here in the pickup like a robot. Just standing there. So, Liberian people should brace themselves. They should be ready. This is going to be a long journey. It's just getting started. You got 5 more years to go. These people, they will continue to loot the country. They will continue to steal from the Liberian people. They will continue to break the rule of law. And the worst of all, they will continue to abuse power. And that's going to be the only area, the straw that will break the camel's back. The straw that's going to break the camel's back is the abuse of power. Because the black people are going to get tired and they're going to revolt, they're going to react. And Joe Baka already got peacemaker. Let you continue. Lebanon pro pressure will helping face the peacemaker.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kane. Monk, I don't know if you have anything to say before we go to the line about the waste, the arrest or the asset recovery, right? I think Mr. Kane just knew everything. You can't go after people when you yourself, when you are also, your hands are all into the cookie jars. So what say you?
Yeah, I think he's right on the issue of priority and what needs to be done to push the country forward. For me, I never place my bet on Joseph Boakai. I can never place my bet on Joseph Boakai. The one thing in Liberia I keep telling folks is, if you understand the kind of a challenges that Liberia is faced with, and you really understand what Liberia needs to do as a country to make progress, you will know exactly how to vote. But unfortunately, people think that this presidency is just some kind of a try and error method. I think you can hear from a own finance minister, right, Gafwan, about this particular challenge. Yeah, that if you are going to, because the USAID now, their funding now is on freeze, right? They froze it. Okay, and you talking about $120 million. The question that was even Densai, senior man Densai from IRA or the Institute of Research and Development, saying that you got to revisit all your concession agreement because you have to make up $120 million moving forward. You have to go and look over the entire bureaucracy, all your ministry, your autonomous agency, and see which one is in alignment in order to reduce your spending to make up for this money. People don't understand the kind of a challenge that we are faced with. Most people don't understand what's happening. And the same thing that is happening here is what's happening over there. People have problems with government spending. If you look at how much, because at the end of the day, it's all about budget. When the government can only raise money to spend, that's it. But if you are raising the money and spending excessively, then you get a deficit. So if somebody is telling that your second highest donor in terms of providing budgetary support is taking 100, and you want me to believe with all the challenges plus another 120 million that Joseph Boakai will be able to do what is needed to be done in order to get Liberia going in the right direction economically, it will never happen. So if you are in Liberia, or all Liberians around the world, even though we are not all in the country at the same time, just know that it will get tough than what you are experiencing right now. Because I know the government doesn't have a solution for you. This government cannot turn the corner. And even after Joseph Boakai, that's why I keep telling folks, you cannot keep electing jokers, because if you understand the challenges, you will know exactly who to pick to get this problem fixed. So even if you take Joseph Boakai out of the picture, who are you bringing next? Do you know what you are faced with? Maybe do you know why it takes to make up for $120 million in the budget every year? Do you know what you need to do? That's why Densai now is crying. Joseph Boakai, pay attention. Spend your time and energy on few institutions. Go and review all your concession agreement, because we are in a deeper hole. And now that he crying, Gafwan and start crying. So maybe, like Sekou said, he knows he cannot tackle these problems. So the new game now, just keep manufacturing, keep distracting people just to make it seem like you are doing something, but you know you're not up to the task. I think that's exactly what's happening now. Because the whole Samuel Doe and William Arataba reburial, or I really don't know if it's a priority. I really don't know. And what kind of logic does it make now? I don't think Joseph Boakai can even tell where Doe body is at the moment. Neither Toba, because Toba was buried in a mass grave. Even if you want to get Toba credit or some to erect some monument for him, I don't know if there's the right time to do it with all the challenges you are facing in your government, with people crying. I don't know. Maybe I will stop there, bro.
Well, thank you, Monk. Lawrence, quickly, what say you before we go to the line to interact with our people?
Maybe when I hear from our callers, man, I go to the line. One thing, Liberia thing, I hear from the Liberian people.
Mr. Kane, you want to say something quickly?
No, it's okay. It's
all
okay.
Right, cool.
Go to the line.
Good. So 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show. The landlord better stop blinking. Let me go to this. Hello. You got to move away from your node. We want to get you loud and clear, please.
Yeah, okay. Am I okay now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much. This is David King, and I do join you from a St. Louis resident this evening. Let me say good evening to Mr. Tanner and that of the other guys on the You know, I listened to the Minister of Finance. He crying the same way you guys are explaining to the Liberian people. All right, this is a serious crisis we find ourselves in. And every day, the government doing things not in the interest of the Liberian people, but rather to continue to do things in a corrupt, foreign manner. You look at the house of Richard Coon. In a short period of time, look at why Richard Coon are erected. All right, and they are telling us that they don't have money, but then they are riding a zero car, 150,000 car, 106,000 car. Then you're telling us that we don't have money. So we're going to be in a deeper crisis than what we in, because Gaffer already said to us, what we eat is very serious and not going to end anytime soon. Like we should get ready. And as a matter of fact, what you saw today for the motorcyclists, it's just a taste of the earth, bro. What's going to happen in the country? I just swore you saw today. There will be a serious disobedience against the Waka regime and the looters that have come to take over this country.
All right. Thank you so much. To this call up quickly, 1 minute, please. Go ahead. Good evening. Yes, go ahead, my dear.
This is the voice of Peter Stein. I join you from talking to the Shufo. Let me respectfully disagree with Mom. Mom, look, what I get what we call political Juzuki. The paper friend is Elon Musk. The paper want to see with Elon Musk and all our friends of this settle. That's 17 million and now 1.5 they will get everything if I will ask for it. Because when the paper friend is the political Juzuki, all our friends of this settle. We told them for the 2 years experience. Now in the crisis here, now you're coming to know because you're going to use that political Juzuki plus the play for the 2 years experience, and there we go. Let's roll this settle. Thank you.
Thank you so much. To this call, good evening. Yes, my dear, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Suba Besman. I called you from Cornwall. Thank you for the show, SKTV. You know, sometimes I always monitor the show and people will sit and say, nothing happening. Something is happening. Is it what we 100% expect? We say no. But we who voted this government, my brother, we are hopeful. We know very well that things will become better. It's not going to happen overnight. So to always just say nothing is happening, Lebron will die, Lebron will die, Lebron will not die, this country will move forward. There is such tremendous transformation. Look at what is happening at the civil service payroll. Now nurses, according to the payroll, have gone up. Now see what is happening now. The president just broke ground for the previous on the second imperial. All of these Google things, look at roads in the southeast is going on massively in the southeast. So not everything the government will do will pray important. Well, but this government will know that.
So what's your take? So what's your take with the majority block speaker 3 months house building that in fact that he refurnishing?
Thank you. I just want to give my take on the majority block speaker. I support this government. But I think what happened yesterday with Yeke Polova and Richard Coon, he and myself, we used to meet during the campaign time, and I respect him a lot. But I think he erred yesterday. Because you see, as a leader, sometimes people will always provoke you. I support this government 100%. I'm a strong supporter of Joseph Parker. I don't even relent on that. But I think he made a little slight error yesterday, and he should learn to avoid provocation. Yeke Polova, you know, he had this. For me, I don't like to really be discussing, but I think.
All right. Thank you so much. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Joseph from Senior again is my name. I call you from a 12th resident.
Yeah, go ahead, Joseph.
I want to say bravo to you guys for the conversation. And one issue I want to speak to, the first issue you ever talk about, which is the incident that occurred today in time between the motorcyclists and the police. For me, I'm a motorcyclist, but really I can sometimes disagree with this with the enforcement our National Police carry on sometimes. Let's say, for instance, this morning the incident occurred and for small we were not even on the street. By 4 o'clock, the area I went on the street to do some hustle. When I went with us, I got arrested. And when I asked the officer, why are you arresting me? The only thing I came from him was, you know what happened? I said, but if I know what happened, I will ask you. He said, you know what happened? Your man here today, they show around our police station, they spot our checkpoint. So the commander say, any more about seeing that room or arrested. I said, but if someone do something, then you punish everybody for it. Ain't seen it. So really today, I really felt I didn't even also, I just leave it for it. I got to try my whole possible better get my back on it.
All right.
I really know where our country headed to, man.
All right. Thank you. Let me move to the WhatsApp and say, Seku Donso. Yes, indeed. Good evening. Yeah, I'm trying to bring you on the speaker. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, neighbor, I'm trying to ask a question to the Liberian living in diaspora, Liberian living in Liberia. Why Liberia always compare themselves with America? They're not even able to face their own country. For common example, I've traveled Dallas International Airport in America. You can even see Liberian flag in the airport. You can even see Liberian flag in the airport. Then when Liberian ready to say, oh, America, why you compare yourself with America? Compare yourself with Sierra Leone. Compare yourself with Guinea. Compare yourself with Africa. When you live in Africa, you live in Sierra Leone, all the way on top of the Atlantic Ocean, you compare yourself with people that are better than you 100 times. Even the Liberian living in diaspora, they don't even think twice. Oh, America. What do you think about America? Think about Liberia. We can't face our own country, then we'll compare ourselves with America.
All right, thank you so much. Let me move to the local line. Yeah, 0770-203125. That's the number to call. To this caller, good evening. Hello.
Good evening,
Yeah, go ahead quickly, man. There, 1 minute.
my name is I do say I do tell you for Johnson District number 2. Thank you for your platform this evening. I mean, say something about our president. Anytime you hear people talking about doing this, but know that you want to see another body. That reburial of our past leaders, maybe it is not necessary, but because they want to see that the reason for which they bring that idea up. The common people in the country will suffering for on a daily basis, and then the talking about reburial of president. So where will you find those bodies reburying him? It's a man-made charade. They just want food that people to get another money. And also they encounter many issues. You know, the people who call our Lord neighbor, they play king on us, but we don't know, and we still, carrying ourselves around and still continue to use us. What happened today or what happened yesterday? The people need us. They are doing our plan. They plan to do it, and they can call back to you, and put them into a charter. They ourselves, they go for him. But it's not somebody that have wisdom. The lack of wisdom, so you always perish.
All right. Thank you so much. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, Labor and your co-host.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Peter the Council cover under the street like in Lord Johnson. Thank you very much for the fascinating discussion this evening. You see, the video that is circulating as relates to what happened yesterday, I think more is about education and it's not just about politics. Because yesterday, people portray we are in his government to be a dictatorship. But today, the government that you advocated for and brought into power, they are portraying a dictatorship. Look at what happened yesterday. I think you should be very ashamed of yourself. Where a speaker would take a trader to go and destroy and loot Honorable Yeka Korban house. It doesn't happen. That's the car. It just means we are administration. And lastly, somebody talk about paving road in the southeastern and a country. I think in the head, but we just in the southeastern area. The road is very much bad. It's deployable. No machine, no wheelbarrow, no shovel you can find on that particular. People need to stop lying to the Liberian people in this particular area. This government, the puppet is all. It lacks everything. And that's why kind of leadership is lacking in this particular government.
All right. Thank you so much. To this caller, we take 2, 3, 4 calls and cross over to our team to have ample time to respond. Yeah, go ahead.
evening.
Yeah, my dear, good evening. Your name and from where you join us?
My name is I join you from this kind of a system.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Let me just say to Sktv that you are not being transparent in your reporting. You are not in this country. Even that you have your reporter, you cannot say that the government is totally corrupt. The government is not doing why the government promised to the people. You are not in Labrador. You are not even basically the three.
So that mean we will not hear. So that mean no internet, nothing here, my brother. Hello. If you're saying that we're not here or we are not here, so there's no information here, no radio station here that will follow it or that will listen to. All right. Say you never want to. You want. You see that's the problem. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
Yeah, thank you very much for your show. Once again, this is our David family. I joined a discussion for Omega Market and legacy of former President William. For the beginning of your show, you mentioned Mo Ali saying that we shouldn't give credence to the political right? So I want to ask you, is there a Mo Ali who impregnated
Hey, my man, forget that one. Well, man, you're little dinner. To this caller, good evening. Go to the issues.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Mebo.
Yeah, Mebo, I want to appreciate you for so much. And your panelists there, I highly enjoy your program.
Thank you.
Something I want to disagree with you this evening.
It is all right. But job is safer.
When it comes to the matter of talking about Liberian politics, you people are credible. We always listen to you. But I was very, very disappointed that you to be hearing. You must be like a water spoon on your program saying things. That kind of man, we can't listen to him. Come on, listen to his station. But you don't need to play those kind of people on his station where you put your credible information and you can talk on credible sources. So I just want to tell you, thank you very much for sharing your information. Do not follow those kind of people. These are the people that were telling the Liberian people to vote for Bwaka, and Bwaka was going to do everything fine. So how will they come to this now? And oh, Bwaka is that, then you listen to those kind of people and you find plenty of kind of voice on this station.
All right, sorry. Anyway, we will respond to that later on. But to the last call, of course, over to our team. Good evening.
Yeah, maybe good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I call for District 6.
Thank you for joining us.
Wisdom. You know, my brother, when President Bwaka is not able to run this country, then he tell the Liberian people. You talk about increments in civil service salary. And the people of BBC, the both technical college have never had any increment in the salary. You said they see money. They say you ask civil service salary. What you like the Liberian people for? Just today, I don't group of people were protesting to give us phone again for a 7-month salary. You see, so to tell you that the government is not competent. People are lying to us.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Kana, Monk, and Lawrence. I feel, yeah, we got our team. Maybe one of these days we'll just take 1 hour and allow Liberian people to really talk about our team. Well, anyway, Mr. Kana, we're back after interacting with our people.
Yeah, so let's hear from Monk and then I will come after.
Well, maybe I think you just listened to the caller, and I told you what that video was circulated to the internet, and it was just confirmed. I told you the only reason they brought that Yeke tape because they wanted to make comparison, they wanted to justify that the Weah-led administration was better than Joseph Bwaka. That's exactly what that video was meant for. And you hearing it from the caller. Yeah. The only thing if people don't understand what's coming, our job here is to give the information as much as we can, to be fair, to be transparent with it. It's up to them to interpret what we give to them. The one thing that I know, it's not going to get better. So if you're in Liberia, I hate to break or bad news to you. The reality is that's why other countries are doing better, because they are thinking into the future. They are making adjustment. If you listen to the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, you know what he told the CNN reporter? He said you become more efficient when you get hit. When crisis comes, that's when you show leadership. I said, no, I see why that country is doing better, because they are already moving into the future. They are transitioning. They are spending money where they need to spend money. They are focusing on few government programs that will elevate the economic status of their people. In our country, we got karate show. When it's not parking lot, the Capitol building is on fire. The president is distracting. The last time we heard about some $3 billion, some eco or processing plant from the port of Buchanan. I don't know how that went down natural death. So we are not ready. And for the fact that we are not ready, if you are the ordinary citizen in Liberia, whether you are the market woman, the pimping rider, the young people, the old people, we are all going to carry this burden. And think about it, Melbourne, the thing that are inside the injury. We were already struggling with the budget, about budget shortfall. Now, your finance minister is blowing the whistle. Your institute, your research and development blowing the whistle, telling the president, say, at this stage, we have an emergency. You got to focus on the most important thing. You got to go back and revisit all the concession agreement. You got to cut down some useless ministry and agency we have in the country. Focus on the right thing. And I will tell you on the show, Joseph Boga doesn't have the energy or neither the capacity to do this thing. So at the end of the day, it will be drama until we can run the clock for the next 5 years. That's all I can say for today.
Yeah, thank you, Mom. So to the callers who believe that SKTV is doing great and, believe we should keep doing what we're doing, we want to say thank you. Those who believe that we are holding the government accountable, that's a bad thing, you got to brace yourself because SKTV is here to stay. You may not like everything we'll say, you may not like everything we'll do on this platform, but by and large, we are here for Liberia and the Liberian people. We'll be here to do the Liberian people work. There will be time you'll be, with us. You accept, I'm glad that now, the party people calling us now seditions. For the past, during the 6 years of Joseph, of Jowia presidency, we will call all the names. Some people used to call ANC platform. Some people used to call Communist platform. Some people used to call that we are United Party people. Now the United Party is in power, now we're holding them accountable, holding their feet to the fire. Now we are under attack again from other people. It means that we are doing good. It means that we should keep doing what we're doing by making sure we hold our government's feet to the fire, we hold the government officials accountable. Like President Boakai, to tell you that he has no priorities. The road to go to Grand Jide, that money, what are you going to spend? Say you want to bury dough. The people right now, they will appreciate you facing that road where they can get in a car and then a few hours they will be in Monrovia from Zredu. There are a lot of schools in Grand Jide that they have no bench. The children, they can sit on the floor. They can sit on the floor. The children can sit on the floor. I know there are clinics and hospitals in Grand Jide that they don't have ambulances. Nothing. No medication in the hospital. When people got sick, their sick mother, wives, father, they will be there. Nobody will touch them until they ask them for money. Even glove, they got to buy the glove in Grand Jide. You can use some of the money to buy medication, put it in there, even buy gloves. So when we're pregnant, women come there, they be able to attend to them without asking them or their husband or their significant other to pay for glove. President Boakai, we have a lot of crime going on in Grand Jide. We don't have enough police to battle the crime. Drug dealings going all over the place. We not talk about it the other day. Other people have been talking about it. There are a lot of drug dealing going on. In fact, there are a lot of cross-border dealing going on between Ivory Coast and Grand Jide and other part of Liberia. spend some of those money to fight those drugs dealings. We have nurses that go to work day and night, living in that same ground you're talking about. They barely make $200, giving them $150, $125, $300. Augment their pay. Even you put extra $100 on their pay, or $200 until you move from there, all that money that you're going to be giving to the people there, you put it, they are working for it. You deserve it. You and your people are stealing millions of dollars every day. Lawmakers are stealing money. Why you guys don't have priorities? Come on, man. This is not right. And when people give you power, don't abuse it. Believe me, the people get tired. They'll get fed up. And they will react. So this does not in any way mean that because Joseph Boakai is bad, it makes the CDC good. Or, because Joseph Boakai government is worse than Jowiya government, I mean, that makes Jowiya government good. No. We have alternatives. We have other people. And a few weeks ago, we talked about another party being added. Instability there working on another party. They're going to come. Let's see who are the people that are going to be in there. Let's see who's going to be the political leader. Let's see who's going to be the candidate, if they're going to have any presidential candidate. Let's see what kind of policy they will have. Let's see how transparent they will be. Let's see whether or not they're going to fight corruption. Let's see whether or not they're going to listen to the Liberian people. Let's see whether or not they're going to engage in helping the Liberian people directly as opposed to asking the Liberian people for vote. Let's see what they want to do. We cannot settle for just the two parties. We cannot settle for Joseph Jima Boakai and Jowiya, or Jeremiah Kun and Jowiya. No. All of those people then, they have not shown anything or change anything for Liberia. Maybe, you never know. Maybe CDC can bring somebody else. They can do better. We don't know if Unity Party will bring anybody that will do better, because all the people that we know right now, they're all corrupt. Or anyway.
Yes. So, Mr. Khan, thank you. In passing quickly 30 seconds, because that video that we play, I just wanted to just give my own take on that. Even though tomorrow will come again, I'm going to do that. The reason why we play some of these videos, we want you to understand that this thing that we've been saying from day one up to now, we want you to know, because some of you hate us for no reason. So whenever we get kind of more information that come from your camp, we'll come here and inform you and give you evidence play by play, so that you can understand about some of these things that we are saying, because we don't want you to say we're just making a story that some of you are always insulting, the 0.00%, you always insulting, feel that maybe we hate. It's just about you saying that we hate your government, but you don't care about how your government, in fact, they don't even care about you. But you don't care about that. All you care about is, as long as Joseph Boakai or maybe President Boakai is happy, even have 5 million as entertainment, it's okay for you. But for some of us, we are saying no. Now, in less than 3 months' time, the quote-unquote majority blood speaker, rebuilding his home and doing everything. So you don't want us to speak to that. We have to. And the only way that we can speak to some of these things is on the evidence that we get. So, Mr. Cannon, that's what the reason why Monk said we should play that video, so that the people can know that indeed we are not just taking out stories from elsewhere. Thank you.
Yeah, no, Mom. I mean, maybe the thing is, personally, like I said, I will not play it. The reason why is the source, the person who's giving, not the network. We can play anything from Spoon or from any other network, but the guy who is talking and the subject, he's calling somebody a total criminal when he is a convicted criminal. So that disqualifies him from making those kind of comments. That's all. Other than that, we can play anything from any other station, whether it's
Yeah, I think you guys are right, because the video, we were looking at a message in the video concerning the regime speaker, but the guy who plays himself on that video to make the kid, I think he was the wrong messenger. So on that part, we are wrong. And I see what the colors some of the colors are mad. The message is good, but the messenger is not the best one to be on that video. So yeah. Yeah, you guys are right for sure.
Yeah,
all right,
tomorrow. Gotta go. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
Mom. Yeah,
Thank
Mom, for always, man. Mom, thank you so much for this. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Tonight, and we catch up tomorrow by the good of God.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The project is giving us here and the promise of them. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical
Master.
Cleverly, so I can't ask you to be say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money, and I go. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.